Morning. What is your opinion about how statistics and mathematics is being teaching in your area?
Okay, is in my area, like teaching mathematics in law, or mathematics applied, or statistics applied in law. In this university, we don't have any class.
But in your area, how do you think that could be the best way to teach statistics and mathematics?
I think the best way, well, in my experience, of course, I think that there's a need for everybody, I mean, every person to know about mathematics and maybe to understand the way other areas work, like in the statistics. So for us as a lawyer, we don't have much of an academic formation on these issues, because many of the people who study law, they think that they don't have to use the math. But I think that they are wrong, because if you don't use the math, you won't be able even to charge to your clients. I mean, it's a necessity. But also it gives you a different logical way to understand the problems. I mean, I think if you develop a logical, mathematical sense, I don't know how to say, it will be easier for you to understand a problem, and understanding a problem is part of giving a solution. And as a lawyer, we live off that. I mean, we live off avoiding problems or solving problems. So I think it's important. But the way to be taught, I think it should be in a practical way.
Okay, personally, I think there are a lot of problems. Some things are wrong about the way that our students learn mathematics and statistics. It seems to me that the problem, there are always a complex subject, but the big problem is that the teachers try to teach a lot of contents, and the students don't make relation between the tools, mathematical tools or statistical methods, and the meaning of the concepts and the relevance or the practical real applications. The problem for us is that students reject mathematical and statistical tools in order to solve engineering problems. And I wait that they don't have necessarily a lot of knowledge of mathematical and statistical methods, but that they take pleasure to solve the problems with mathematical or any other kind of tool. And the problem is that the attitude that the students finish the basic courses, and it's not a problem for this kind of discipline. It's a general problem for any basic teaching, because it's the same for physics, and the same for chemistry, and even for biology. And I think the methods of teaching basic sciences are in crisis, because the students don't understand at this age why they need to learn. And it's a normal reaction, because they have another expectations, another existential problems, and then they are obligated to learn a lot of contents. Is my opinion.
You say it's important, statistics important in your area. How you think is the best time to introduce these basic courses in your career? I mean, in your program.
Well, I think that a general course of mathematics, and also if maybe a focus, one focus on statistics, should be offered all along the career as an optional, as a selective area, in order to facilitate all the students, because I think this kind of knowledge comes with previous preparation about the student, but not exactly related to law. I mean, it should be like an open course. I mean, trying to offer it in any time, whenever they want to take it, I think.
Do you think that using new technologies could help to encourage students to see more attractive these topics?
Of course, I think new technologies can help, but we need to build the contents in a correct way, because don't lose the idea that students need to visualize or to feel the need to use this
Yes.
kind of tools.
I agree. Yeah.
And you can maybe with games, with some
Interactive.
interactive
Yes,
activities, maybe with some, because at this age students are sensible to social problems too, and visualize needs, real needs, and real problems involved in these problems. And the conclusion is that we need to learn more about something. And to, I remember a small book that was written by Maurice Klein. The title is something like "Why Little John Don't Know Mathematics, don't know add and multiply," something like that. The title. And in the United States, they made a very big educational
Program or policy?
Yeah, something like us today, reform,
Okay.
educational, at 70s.
Mm.
And they passed from traditional mathematical,
Mm-hmm.
more about memorizing and that we learn
Yes.
this kind of
I-
school.
Yeah.
But they passed to this way, to a very different way, where you teach the actions, the logic,
Yes.
the sets theory, but the idea is
Evolution
that young
even.
people say what
I think that well,
is meaningful for them.
I agree totally with what Ramon said. I think that it's very important to give a sense of usefulness. I mean, I think it's useful, but everybody, I mean, the vast majority has the idea that mathematical sciences are only for cerebritos or smart guys, but it's for everybody. And I think
Yeah, right.
it's too important, because if you think on the application of that, you will find that most of the things that we decide are related with the mathematics. I'm thinking about, for example, the Second World War. It was the mathematicians were too important to finish the war, and even to develop the bomb. I mean, but they were the key element, the key scientists that were working were the mathematicians, not the politicians, not the lawyers, not the engineers. Were finding solutions. So I think it's important to sell the product. I mean, that's the.
Regarding to your concern about this, do you consider that is the best way to teach statistics and mathematics in the first semesters of the career?
Well, in my experience, I think that the best way to teach maths in general is not the way I learned them. I mean, in my experience was awful. I don't think it would be the best way.